What is the best moment of your life so far? One night this summer, probably early August, was the best I can think of. I had just spent a few days in Chicago and flown back to town. The girl I had just started dating picked me up at the airport and we went back to her new place for the night. It was so new that there wasn't any furniture besides a TV and a kitchen table. She was going to move all her stuff in a few weeks. Anyway, we hung out and talked about the trip for a while, then made a bed with sheets and pillows on the floor to go to sleep. After we got situated and comfortable, she fell asleep first. It was then I realized how different my life was from just a year ago. A year before that, I was flunking all my classes, hating school, had a terrible job, was drinking way too much, couldn't sleep at night, and was in terrible shape, and was seeing my bright future slowly dim. Over that year, I had gotten my shit together, gotten in great shape, gotten really good grades, worked my ass off all summer to pay for school, and had a beautiful girl falling asleep in my arms. No worries. Life was good. I fell asleep with a smile on my face that night. When I was 21, I got into a car accident and I fractured L5. The doctors at the ER missed it on the X-ray. I was able to walk, but the next year the pain got worse and worse. I was also losing mobility and my legs became weaker and weaker. I went to a neurologist and that's when I found out I had actually broken L5 and also had multiple herniated bulging discs. Even though I was getting so much worse, I couldn't get a neurosurgeon to operate as I didn't have insurance. At this point, I was very bad off, so I applied for disability. The next year, while I waited to get approved, the pain got much worse and I ended up having to use a wheelchair. I wasn't paralyzed, but my legs were too weak and I couldn't hold myself up to walk. Finally, my disability came through, along with the much-needed insurance. Pretty fast, I had a date for my surgery. Had the surgery, and 3 days afterwards, I walked for the first time in months. It was with the assistance of parallel bars and the physical therapist. But I still walked. The steps weren't the best moment, but afterwards I sat down and realized this was going to get better. I was going to get better. It felt good having some actual hope in my future. It was a hell of a lot of work and I will never be 100% again. But I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm even working part-time as a pet sitter. Second place. 5 years later, I ended up getting thyroid cancer. When I got the news the cancer was gone and I was in remission, that felt pretty damn good too. TLDR, fractured L. 5, walked again after being in a wheelchair for 6 months. Also, when I received the news, I no longer had cancer. The moment when things changed, I got a girlfriend, we were serious for 4 years, she proposed, but she proposed because apparently she felt guilty for screwing a guy who wasn't me. That messed with my head for years. Even after we broke up, I wanted to make it work, and she messed with my head by regularly emailing me saying either she wanted to get back together or I was a terrible human being. I thought about her a while. She and I had been apart near 3 years, and I was talking to my best friend, and she had started emailing me again, and that triggered me having dreams about her. Dreams where I was pleading for her just to say my name, just to say she loved me again, and I'm not entirely sure I wanted it. My best friend listened to me talk about it and asked, "What do you miss about her?" I said I missed someone who knew my stories and jokes, who knew about my past and my interests and didn't think I was weird because of it, and he paused and said, "It just sounds like you miss your friend." It hit me that I missed my friendship with her more so than the romantic aspect. And that was it. In an instant, I was over her. A year later, I started dating my dream woman. Our 5th anniversary is coming up, and we just put our 7-month-old child to bed. We're going to watch the season finale to Sherlock, then make out, and I doubt any of that would have happened if I didn't get over her, which was probably best thing that's ever happened to me. I had been planning to propose on New Year's Eve a few years back, and I thought the ottoman which opens up was the perfect hiding spot since we never use it for storage. Stupid me buys my girlfriend at the time a futon for Christmas, and so we had to adjust furniture to fit it into our living room, including the ottoman. We tipped it on its side and out tumbles the little ring box. She saw it and her eyes got big. I knelt down, picked it up and asked her to marry me. She said yes. None of it was planned, but we'll both always remember it. Best day of my life was the day I started going out with my most recent ex after almost 5 years of chasing. Best thing to ever happen to me was when we broke up. It has given me the motivation to become the person I always wanted to be. Still miss her like crazy though. Probably because we broke up 2 months ago after 3 years of being together. Johnny Depp once tipped his hat to me as I walked past him. Maybe not my best moment, but the first one that popped into my head. The Captain Sparrow man. I swear to God, I was like, Johnny, Emilio. That's all. If you liked the story, please like it and subscribe. See you in the next video.